allow our candidates to avail themselves of due process. And that in itself is what we hold dear as the Jubilee Party, everybody having access to due process. So I'm glad that has now been emphasized by Hillary here, and as people avail themselves of the process, we'll obviously have to ensure it's expedited. Now, by way of 3 updates, I would like to firstly repeat, and this is for the benefit of our dear voters in Matayo's constituency in Busia County, the elections for the Member of Parliament will proceed tomorrow, that is 27th of April. We've also looked at the situation I was asked about earlier in Machakos County, and we had a competition there at MCA level for the positions in the various wards, and there's no competition for Member of Parliament anymore in Machakos. There's been a political agreement there, and there won't be any nominations exercise going for the position of Member of Parliament. However, there being intense interest in the party tickets for members of the County Assembly, this exercise will now take place tomorrow and be completed by the end of the day. Thirdly, in Nakuru County, we have established that we had a situation in just about 19 wards in Njoro constituency where ballot papers for governor, senator, and women's rep ended up in a misallocation mix-up. This was resolved. However, in fairness to the voters in these 19 wards in Njoro constituency, we took the decision to defer the voting for these 3 positions, governor, senator, and women's rep, to tomorrow. The voting will commence at the same time. We've had to adopt enhanced security features and steps to differentiate the votes for these 3 positions. So the ballot papers are being attended to as we speak and have been duly amended to reflect the fact that these votes are being cast on a different date, and the exercise will commence tomorrow morning. Anybody requiring any information on the position in Njoro, that information has been availed locally by the County Election Board, and we will continue to update the voters in Njoro constituency on what will happen in these 19 wards. For the avoidance of doubt, all other positions at constituency level, that is MP and MCA, have all completed their voting or substantially completed their voting from reports reaching us, with the exception of these 3 positions. So that is what will take place tomorrow. We will continue to give you further updates. Thank you.
I'd like to find...
There's 3 of us. Can you just say who is
Yes,
for?
I'm going to first to the tribunal. You said the specific, the individual complaints that have come forth. Can you kindly give us a number, infinite number in regards to that? And also to the chairman, I'd like to hear a comment in regards to Nairobi Governor aspirant Margaret Wanjiru, arrested and taken to Parklands Police Station for instigating chaos at City Park.
Maybe to understand from K24 TV, to tie up the question about the tribunal, how many members?
The tribunal has got 9 members. They'll be sitting in 3 benches, depending on the dispute that will come along. As regards the question in terms of, if I got you right, you want to know the numbers which we have so far received. We have at the moment received around 8. To be precise, 9 actually, from various places. We've from Bungoma, we've got from Kilgoris, we've got from Kiambu, Ruiru, and we will, as I said, start having our sittings tomorrow in the morning. And for purposes, of course, of a number of also of our aspirants, they can file their appeals through. We have set up an email for the Tribunal Secretariat, that is appeals@jubileepamoja.co.ke. That is appeals@jubileepamoja.co.ke. That is the email that serves to receive the complaints from whoever is interested in lodging the complaints. Thank you very much.
Well, about Margaret Wanjiru, we're hearing about it for the first time. I think that's breaking news. I think we'll just have to study the situation and then we can respond later. Of course, apart from participating in the voting process or in the election process, laws have to be obeyed, and I think that, not I think, but I do know, and I think you do know, that there is the law to be obeyed, and there are law enforcement officers, and none of us can stand on their way.
Na swali kwako Bwana Tuju. Jamila Mohamed kutoka NTV. Tumepokea taarifa kutoka Nyeri haswa Mukurweini kwamba shughuli ya kupiga kura haijaanza. Makaratasi yaliyofikishwa kule hayakutosha, wakazi wakasusia kupiga kura, na katika baadhi ya maeneo makaratasi hayajafika. Viongozi wa eneo hilo wanalalamika, wanasema si makosa, ni jambo ambalo ni si sadfa.
We heard about delays in Mukurweini, and it was sorted out. I think some papers were actually flown to Mukurweini. I know that there was a late arrival, but voting was continuing. We'll have to go and look at the specifics of each polling station.
Yes, because we just spoke to them live, I think, about 5 minutes ago. And one of the main complaints was they'll not vote at night. So if you have to...
I think the voting material is there. If people say they don't want to vote at night or they don't want to vote late, that's something which the RO can make decisions on. And of course the chairman is hearing about that for the first time. So we'll go upstairs and come up with a solution. Thank you.
Yes, please.
I don't know. Your chairman, kindly about that issue of Margaret Wanjiru, see it's that she stormed the polling station at City Park. Then the ballot papers were for Dagoretti South. I think it's good you clarify, because there have been chaos at City Park, which is in Westlands, and the ballot papers were for Dagoretti South constituency.
There's a number of things that I'm treating with a lot of caution today. And one of the things about being baptized into politics in the deep end is you find that there is this creature, some people coined the phrase fake news. And unfortunately, today I received a PDF signed by me disqualifying a candidate in Nakuru. Some of you may or may not know, Nakuru is my home county. And I was rather shocked to see that PDF. So I think when you see the Secretary General and I reacting in the manner that we are, we don't want to respond to everything that pops up in social media. Unless you accompanied Margaret Wanjiru to that police station, I'm sorry, then obviously we haven't watched that channel. I can assure you the PDF I saw, the signature looks like mine. This is why we are saying, let us go look into that information. The other thing I'll tell you as a lawyer is when the police take action, they don't consult anybody. The people who I heard about, for example, in Embu, who are trying to interfere with ballot papers, they were arrested. We heard about it this morning. They were arrested at 4 a.m. So if a candidate breaks the law as well as our party regulations, it falls to any agency to take action. But since she hasn't been charged in court, convicted, and we don't know about it, allow us to dig into it, and we'll certainly address it at our next press briefing. So forgive me for being cautious. Thank you.
All right, Dennis Okari, MTV. Quickly, the official announcement for all the results is supposed to be done from this point. Going forward, what are your timelines like this evening, going into the night, as results keep trickling in, and what do we expect tomorrow?
Okay. Good question. What we did observe is, you recall earlier when I was making certain announcements, and we detected some slight discrepancies. And apart from the fact that the media are carrying out their own tally, we are trying to avoid looking at that tally at all before we make ours. And we're being extremely cautious about this. But one other thing you'll have seen happening is the news is breaking on the ground. So one of the things we're doing is I'm acutely aware that anything I announce here has already been heard. So there's not going to be breaking news per se from this building. But the formality of announcing a candidate as a nominee must still come from this office. So what we are going to do going forward, and this will be seen more and more tomorrow when the board members have come back from the field, will basically be appearing periodically the way I have for the press briefing and making announcements of blocks of results. And that will save us coming in small installments, as it were, to give you one governor, one MP, one MCA, which I guess might even tire the media out, not to mention everybody else who's already heard the results. But that's the process we chose to adopt. I think it will be most efficient, and of course, you know, we're open to consultations on such things, because it's really a process of publicizing the results. But we are aware, and I hope I'm very correct in this, that every returning officer is publicly announcing the results. I've witnessed a few myself. So this news is coming out officially. Treat what you hear from our returning officers as official. But anything else, sorry, we have to just watch it with you. Thank you.